Hello everyone, I'm Z from Susan's family. Today, I'll show you the Skylark vest from the Colorful Yunnan series. This vest comes in 2 sizes. The method is similar for different sizes, only the stitch count and row count vary. The vest consists of the front and back pieces. The hem, edging around for neckline and cuff, as well as decorations. First, crochet the front and back pieces, and join them together. Then, crochet the hem in rounds at the bottom. Next, edging around. Finally, secure the decorations in place. Let's start with the front piece. The demonstration uses the large size as an example. Special cases for the small size will be explained separately. The front piece begins with a foundation chain. Work upwards along the foundation chain. For convenience in explanation, we divide the outer side into 3 sections. In section 1, you need to decrease. Section 2 involves shaping the sleeve cap, where you need to decrease in the beginning rows. After that, work evenly. At the corresponding rows, work each side separately. This is where you shape the neckline. Section 3 is for the sloping shoulder. The arrows indicate the entry positions for the edging. The single crochets below are the first round of the hem. We don't need to look at them for now. When we look at the chart, follow the direction of the arrows. For example, row 1 is read from right to left. Row 2 is read from left to right, alternating after that. Below, please watch my demonstration. Note that I'm using random yarn for this demonstration. For specific yarn, color combinations, and hook sizes, please refer to the product details page and chart. First, start with the corresponding number of chains. Make sure the chains are neither too loose nor too tight. I have fewer stitches here, mainly to demonstrate the technique. Then work row 1. Start with 2 chains. Then insert into the 4th chain from the hook. Pick up 1-2 strands. Work a double crochet. I'm picking up 1 strand. These 2 chains plus the double crochet count as a special DC2 tog. Next, on the left chain, continue working corresponding double crochets. Don't miss any stitches. Continue working until the last 2 chains. When done, work a DC2 tog. That means working an unclosed double crochet in each of these 2 chains. Then yarn over and pull through all loops at once. The DC2 tog is completed. That concludes the first row. Consider the right side of the first row as the right side of the piece. Starting from the second row, the edge stitches differ for different sizes. If you're crocheting the small size, you can first look the demonstration, then crochet according to the chart. For the large size, starts with 5 chains. The first 3 chains count as a turning chain for the double crochet, then turn to the wrong side. Pay attention. When looking at the wrong side of a row, the stitches correspond to the upper left. On the second stitch, work a DC3 bobble. That means making 3 unclosed double crochets in this stitch. Then yarn over, and pull through all loops at once. The DC3 bobble is completed. Call it as bobble. Then chain 2. Skip 3 stitches below. In the 4th stitch on the left, work 1 single crochet. Two chains. Skip 3 stitches below. In the 4th stitch, work 1 bobble. Three chains and 1 bobble. Starting from these 2 chains, repeat this group of stitches with 3 stitches between each entry position. After the last single crochet is completed, work 2 chains. Skip 3 stitches, work 1 bobble. Two chains. Finally, on the edge stitch, work 1 double crochet. Row 2 is done. Continue with row 3. Start by working 4 chains. Turn to the right side. In this chain space, work 1 bobble. Two chains. Then in the next 2 chain spaces, work 1 DC2 tog. Two chains. In the left chain space, work 1 bobble. Chain 5. Next, slip stitch into the second chain. You can pick up 1 strand. The solid circle indicates to tighten the slip stitch. Here we just need to tighten it slightly. Then chain 1. And in the same chain space, work 1 bobble. Starting from these 2 chains. Repeat this group of stitches. At the end, after completing the DC2 tog, chain 2. Then in the edge chain space, work 1 bobble. One chain. Finally, in the third chain of the turning chain, pick up 2 strands and work 1 double crochet. If you're not sure, roughly pick up 2 strands and crochet, or you can work into the space as well. Like this, we've finished the 3rd row. Continue with the 4th row. Start by working 4 chains. Turn to the wrong side. In this DC2 tog, work 5 double crochets at the same time. Then work 3 chains. Next, from these 5 double crochets, repeat this group of stitches. At the end, after completing 5 double crochets, work 1 chain. Then in the 3rd chain of the turning chain, work 1 double crochet into the 2 strands. The 4th row is done. Continue with the 5th row, start with 3 chains. Turn to the right side. On the left 5 stitches, correspondingly make double crochets. In this chain space, work 3 double crochets. Next, correspondingly make double crochets in the double crochets. Work 3 double crochets in the chain spaces. Continue until the last 5 double crochets. When done, work the final double crochet in the turning chain. The 5th row is done. Continue with the 6th row, start with 2 chains, turn the piece. Work 1 double crochet in the edge stitch. Consider completed stitches as a special DC2 bobble. Then work 2 chains. Skip 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet. Chain 2. Continue working the same group as the 2nd row's middle. Finally, work a DC2 bobble into the turning chain, which means working 2 unclosed double crochets. Then yarn over. Pull through all loops at once. 1 DC2 bobble is completed. That concludes row 6. For the next row 7 and row 8, refer to the chart for crocheting. The middle stitches are the same as row 3 and 4. For the last DC2 tog of row 8, which is worked into the same stitch here, and the edge turning chain. Section 1 is now completed. After you've finished crocheting the 8 rows of section 1, you can measure it. If the size differs significantly from the chart, you need to adjust your tension or change the hook and re-crochet it. Continue by crocheting the first row of section 2. This row is crocheted on the right side. Turn to the right side. Slip stitch into the second stitch. The solid oval indicates a slip stitch that needn't to tighten. Then, in the left stitch, work a single crochet. In the left stitch, work a half double crochet. Next, the method is the same as the middle of the 5th row, which is working double crochets. And by working a half double crochet in this double crochet, work a single crochet in the left stitch. Then slip stitch. Leave the last stitch unworked. That concludes the first row. Continue with the second row. Turn to the wrong side. Slip stitch in the single crochet. Chain 1. Skip 1 stitch, work a slip stitch. Continue slip stitching in the left stitch. Here, crochet the slip stitches and chains. Is to transition the yarn to the corresponding position. Work 3 chains. In the left stitch, work a DC2 bobble. Work 2 chains. Below, skip 2 stitches. Work a single crochet. 2 chains. Continue working the corresponding stitches. At the end, after 2 chains, work a T or DC2 bobble cluster. First, on the 3rd stitch from the left, work 2 unclosed double crochets. Then, in the left stitch, work 1 unclosed treble crochet. That means yarn over twice and crochet. Finally, yarn over, pull through all loops at once. The T or DC2 bobble cluster is now completed. That concludes row 2. Continue referring to the chart to crochet. After reaching the corresponding row number, start working the sides separately. Here, it starts from row 13. Crochet up to this point, then crochet upwards. Mind the changes in the last few rows. Once completed, fasten off the yarn. Join the yarn in the middle space. Which means hooking the yarn through like this. Then continue working the corresponding stitches. After completing, fasten off the yarn. Note: the first row starts by joining yarn on the right side. Now, let me explain the new stitches for both sizes. Later on, you'll encounter various clusters. Clusters means working unclosed stitches in the corresponding position. Then yarn over, pull through all loops at once. For the large size, the end of the second row in section 2. This is an example of a cluster. A DC2 tog is also a type of cluster. Here, it's a cluster of double crochet and treble crochet. That means in the corresponding position, work 1 unclosed double crochet with 1 unclosed treble crochet. Then yarn over and pull through all loops at once. This unclosed treble crochet, it's working into 2 strands from the 4th chain of the turning chain. Let's take a look at the neckline. Here, it's a 2DCT RPQ. Here, it's a DCDC3 bobble cluster. In this stitch, work 3 unclosed double crochets. And work 1 unclosed double crochet in this stitch. Then yarn over, pull the yarn through all loops at once. For the small size, there are other clusters involved. Just follow the method explained earlier to crochet. You'll also encounter some treble crochets. That means wrapping the yarn twice. This is a treble crochet. At the shoulders, you'll encounter HDC3 puff. That means in the same position, work 3 unclosed half double crochets. Then yarn over, pull the yarn through all loops at once. This is the HDC3 puff. Additionally, since the longer distance, to minimize cutting the yarn, the shoulders need to carry the yarn. I'll demonstrate this with a small sample. After completing this row, don't cut the yarn, secure the yarn. You can also thread the skein through the loop. Once the yarn is secured, turn to the other side. Draw the yarn through the corresponding position. Here, the carried yarn should be slightly loose, level with the piece. Then continue, referring to the chart, crocheting the corresponding stitches. After completing, fasten off the yarn. This is how to carry the yarn. Up to this point, we've finished the front piece. Next, crochet the back piece, which also starts with a foundation chain, then work upwards. It corresponds to 3 sections like the front piece. The second to last row has changes in stitches. The last row is worked separately on each side. Refer to the chart to crochet. After completing the back piece, You need to join the front and back pieces together. We can start by joining the shoulders. Then join the section 1 on both sides. Mind to align the groups. Joining is done on the wrong side. Work single crochets through both edges of the piece. Work 2-3 chains between each single crochet. If you're not familiar with this joining method, please refer to the following demonstration. Note: the pieces in the following demonstration are not for reference. Just learn the joining method. That's it. The joining is now explained. Using the right front piece as an example. Note: the left and right refer to the actual left and right when worn. Place the right front piece and the back piece with their right sides facing each other, wrong sides out. You can start joining from either side. Overlap and align the shoulders. This small sample is the back piece. This is the right front piece. We start from this edge and join to this double crochet. On the back piece, it's this double crochet. Insert into a few strands at the edges of both pieces. Join the yarn. Work 1 chain. Work 1 single crochet at the joining. Then work 2-3 chains. I'm working 3 chains here. Skip a small distance. Then insert into a few strands at the edge of the piece. Continue with 1 single crochet. This distance is roughly the same as the length of the chain. Ensure the piece won't shrink after completing. And when you encounter the carried yarn, weave it into the stitches. Joining consists of alternating 1 single crochet, 2-3 chains. Complete the joining of this edge. Then fasten off. After completing the front and back pieces, next, work the hem in rounds underneath. I'll use this small sample to demonstrate the first round. The hem is special for round 1620. Otherwise, it's crocheted on the right side. For the first round, find any joining position on one side, and join the yarn there. Work 1 chain. Work 1 single crochet where you join the yarn. Then work 2 single crochets in the first entry position. If it's hard to find the position, an approximation will do. Just ensure the total stitches match the chart. Work 1 single crochet in each entry position until finishing the entry position from the end. The edge consists of the turning chain and the chains below. When done, in the corresponding chain of the turning chain, that is, on the left chain of this entry position, work 2 single crochets at the same time. Similarly, if it's hard to find the position, an approximation will do. After finishing this piece, you can check the stitch count. Next, work 1 single crochet in the joining position. This piece is identical to the front one. That is, work 2 single crochets in the first entry position. And 2 single crochets in the entry position of the turning chain. For the rest, work 1 single crochet correspondingly. Check the stitch count after completing. Finally, slip stitch in the first single crochet. This way, we've finished the first round. Moving on to round 2 4. The starting positions differs for different size. Let me explain the large size first, then I'll explain the small size. In round 2, continue crocheting on the right side. Work 1 chain. In the same position where you just joined, work 1 single crochet. Then work a CH3 picot. We'll call it as the picot from now on. First, work 3 chains. Then pick up the front loop of this single crochet, and the strand on the left. Work 1 slip stitch. Picot is done. In the same entry position of this single crochet, work 1 single crochet, 7 chains. Below, skip 5 stitches. On the 6th stitch, work a DC3 bobble. After completing, chain 7. Starting from this single crochet, repeat this group of stitches. Skip 5 stitches between each entry position. Repeat this method. all the way down to the last bobble. After completing chain 2, on the first single crochet, work 1 double treble crochet, that is, wrapping the yarn 3 times. The stitch here might not be very obvious. Just pick up 2 strands and crochet. Like this, we've finished the second round for the large size. Continue with the third round. Work 1 chain. In this chain space, crochet 1 single crochet, 9 chains, in the chain space on the left, work 1 single crochet, 5 chains, start from this single crochet, repeat this group of stitches. And finish with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. The third round is completed. Continue with the fourth round. First, work slip stitches and chains in the chain space on the left. Carry the yarn roughly to the middle position. Then make 3 chains. Work 5 double crochets in the large chain space. And 1 single crochet in the small chain space on the left. Work 6 double crochets in the large chain space on the left. Two chains. Then 6 more double crochets. Start from this single crochet, repeat this group of stitches. Finishing the single crochet in the small chain space. Continue working 6 double crochets in this large chain space. 1 chain after completing them. Then work 1 single crochet into the beginning chain. The round 4 is done. If you're crocheting the small size, round 2 starts with a DC3 bobble. Make 2 chains. Then work 1 DC2 bobble into the same position as the slip stitch. This counts as a special DC3 bobble. Move on to work 7 chains. Then work the same group as the large size. Finish by working 4 chains. Then in the beginning chain, work 1 double crochet. Round 2 is completed for the small size. Start round 3 with 1 chain. Work 1 single crochet in the chain space. Then work the same group as the large size. After finishing 4 chains, work 1 double treble crochet in the first single crochet. Start round 4 by chaining 3. Work 5 double crochets in the chain space. The following is identical to the large size. Moving on until round 15. When the chart indicates chains, it means to work in the chain space. All other stitches are worked in the corresponding stitch at the starting position, working into the top of the beginning chain. In round 10, here is a DC3 tog, which means working an unclosed double crochet in each of the corresponding stitches, then yarn over and pull through all loops at once. In round 11, for the middle 5 stitches of the 7 single crochets, work them into the double crochets below, and work the sides in the chain spaces. Refer to the chart to complete the first 15 rounds. After completing, continue to crochet round 16 to 20. The method for these rounds is special. Work each group back and forth to complete these 5 rows. Then continue working the next group. These rows progress from left to right overall. I'll demonstrate first. Then you can start crocheting. For convenience in explanation, I'll call each group in these rounds as row 1 to 5. Start with row 1 of the first group. This is also group 1 of round 16. This row is worked on the wrong side. Work 1 chain. Turn to the wrong side. Crochet 1 single crochet in this large chain space. Chain 3. Then work 1 DC3 tog in the left stitch. Chain 3. On the left, correspondingly make 3 double crochets. Three chains. Then crochet 1 DC3 bobble in this double crochet. crochet 1 picket next. Here, slip stitch into the front loop. And these 3 strands on the left. Once done, chain 3. Then, in the first double crochet below, work 1 double crochet. The first row is completed. That completes the first group of round 16. Continue working the second row. This row is worked on the right side. Work 10 chains. Turn to the right side. Slip stitch in this double crochet. The second row is completed. That completes the first group of round 17. Continue working the third row. Crochet on the wrong side. Turn to the wrong side. Work 15 single crochets in this large chain space. Then, in the remaining 2 double crochets, work 1 double crochet for each. The third row is completed. Continue working the fourth row. Crochet 2 chains. Turn to the right side. In the second single crochet, work 1 double crochet. Continue working 2 chains and 1 double crochet alternatively. All double crochets are worked by skipping 1 stitch. Including the first stitch, there are 7 double crochets. After the last double crochet is done, chain 2. Then, slip stitch in the third double crochet. The fourth row is completed. Continue working the fifth row, slip stitch into the left large chain space. Chain 1. Slip stitch again. Then chain 3. Turn to the wrong side. Work 1 double crochet for each large chain space below. Behind each double crochet, chain 3. After the last 3 chains, work 1 double crochet. In the double crochet at the end of the 3rd row. Then, in the 3 double crochets of round 15, work 1 DC3 tog. Chain 3. The 5th row is completed. Now, the first group for round 16 to 20 is finished. Next, repeat the group for these 5 rows. I'll demonstrate another group. Row 1 is crocheted on the wrong side. Therefore, there's no need to turn the piece. First, crochet 1 single crochet in this large chain space. Chain 3. Then work 1 DC3 tog. Chain 3. Here, correspondingly make 3 double crochets. Chain 3. In this double crochet, work 1 DC3 bobble. Then crochet 1 picot. Chain 3. On the left side, work 1 double crochet. After completing, work row 2, work 10 chains. Turn to the right side. Slip stitch into this stitch. Turn to the wrong side to crochet row 3. Work 15 single crochets in the large chain space. Then complete the remaining 2 double crochets. Continue with row 4, chain 2. Turn to the right side. In these single crochets, work double crochets and skip 1 stitch after finishing each. Chain 2 after each double crochet. After completing the last 2 chains, skip 1 stitch here, slip stitch. Continue with row 5. Slip stitch in the large chain space on the left. Chain 1, slip stitch again. Chain 3. Turn to the wrong side. Work 1 double crochet in each large chain space. Chain 3 after each. After working the double crochet for the last large chain space, chain 3, then work 1 double crochet in this double crochet. Here, crochet 1DC3 tog. Chain 3. The second group is completed. Next, refer to the previous demonstration and follow the chart. Complete the remaining groups. After completing the last 3 chains, slip stitch in the first single crochet. Like this, rounds 16 to 20 are done. Continue to crochet round 21, again, working on the right side. Chain 1. Turn to the right side. In the left chain space, work 3 single crochets. In this cluster, work 1 single crochet. Then, in the large chain space, work 5 double crochets. On the left stitch, work 1 single crochet. Continue working 5 double crochets in the chain space. In the double crochet, work 1 single crochet. After finishing the last chain space, in this cluster, work 1 single crochet. In the chain space, work 3 single crochets. Repeat this group of stitches for the rest. Slip stitch in the first stitch and cut the yarn. Like this, round 21 is done. Continue with round 22. First, join the yarn at the first double crochet. From the second chain space, chain 1. Work 1 single crochet where you joined the yarn. On the left 2 stitches, work a single crochet for each. Then crochet 1 picot. Continue working single crochets and picots. Crochet all the way down. At the last chain space in the second stitch. Work a picot. The small sample omits some picots here. After completing, chain 2. Then, in the first chain space at the 4th double crochet, work 1 single crochet. Chain 1. The next chain needs to be connected to this picket. Enlarge the loop. Draw this loop through the gap in the picket. You can pick up a few strands. Then work this chain. After completing, slip stitch into this single crochet. Then continue working single crochets and picots. From now on, crochet following the demonstration here. At the end, after completing this chain, slip stitch normally. Finally, slip stitch into the first single crochet and cut the yarn. Like this, the hem is done. Next, edging around the neckline and both cuffs. Finally, on the first row of double crochets in section 1, sew a decorative round. Now, please watch my demonstration. First, edging around the neckline. Regardless of which edging method, it's always crocheted in rounds on the right side. The first round is according to the chart. Pick up a few strands along the neckline edge. Crochet a round of single crochets evenly. We can follow the chart at the left shoulder. Starting from the right side of the joining position, which is where the back neckline ends. Pick up the first stitch, then continue picking up stitches on the front piece. If you need to adjust the number of stitches, adding or subtracting in multiples of 3, based on the number of stitches in the chart, to make it easier to crochet the group later. Additionally, when you finish the middle stitch of the front neckline, you can place a stitch marker on this stitch as a mark. If you don't have a stitch marker, use a safety pin or a paperclip instead. After the first round of single crochets, slip stitch into the first stitch. Now, I'll demonstrate the following rounds using this small sample. The small sample has fewer stitches. Mainly explain the technique. The marked stitch is the middle stitch of the front neckline. For the start of the second round, correspondingly make single crochets, finishing until the second stitch to the right of the marker. Once finished, skip one stitch, then work at FPSC in the stitch with the marker. The method is the same as a single crochet, just the entry position differs. Insert your hook into this stitch and pull out through the left stitch. Then complete the crochet. This is the FPSC. If you can't identify the middle stitch, you can continue marking the stitch. Next, skip the left stitch. which is the stitch you pulled out of. Start from the second stitch on the left, and continue making corresponding single crochets. Finish by a slip stitch. At the start of the third round, continue working normally until the second stitch to the right of the marker. Now, I've reached the front middle part of the third round. Refer to the chart. Continue working at FPSC into the middle stitch. Leave one stitch unworked on each side. Work single crochets for the rest. After completing the third round, continue with the fourth round. Start by 4 chains. Then, work a double crochet into the second stitch to the right of the first single crochet. When crocheting this double crochet, wrap around the previous beginning chain. Next, in the third stitch to the left of the first stitch, work a double crochet. One chain. Then, in the left stitch of the first stitch, work a double crochet. When crocheting, wrap around the previous double crochet. For convenience in explanation, we call these two crossing double crochets, and the chain in between as a cross DC group. Next, crochet these groups one by one. The first double crochet of each group is worked into the third stitch to the left of this entry position. Work one chain in the middle. The second double crochet is separated from the first by one skipped stitch. That is, next to the previous entry position. Following this method, continue crocheting all the way to the second stitch right of the marker. When completed, skip one stitch on the stitch marker stitch. Work one double crochet. Then, skip one cross DC group. That means working the double crochet into the fourth stitch. Continue working cross DC group normally. Slip stitch in the third chain of the beginning chain, which is the second chain to the right of the double crochet. Insert the hook into 2 strands. Like this. We've finished the fourth round. Now continue with the 5th round. Work 1 chain. In the same stitch for the slip stitch, work 1 single crochet. Work 1 single crochet in the space between the cross DC group. 1 picot. Continue working 1 single crochet in each stitch and chain space, and work 1 picot every 3 stitches. Until finishing the second cross DC group at the right side of the middle double crochet. When completed, work 1 single crochet in the left stitch. Work 1 single crochet in the chain space. Then skip 1 stitch. Work 1 single crochet in the middle stitch. 1 picot. Next, crochet symmetrically to the previous side, except for the middle part, where there are 3 stitches between the picots on both sides. The rest are separated by 2 stitches. Continue and complete this round. Then work a slip stitch and cut the yarn. That concludes the neckline edging. Next, let's learn about the cuff edging. The group is the same as the neckline edging, just the starting position and number of stitches differ. First, work single crochets evenly for the first round. Refer to the chart for picking up stitches. You can start the first stitch from the underarm, where the front and back pieces are joined. Then pick up evenly across the front and back pieces. After completing the first round, work the first stitch of the second round normally. Skip the second stitch and the last stitch. All the rest are worked as regular single crochets. Work single crochets evenly for the third round. For the fourth round, begin with 3 chains. Then work the cross DC group according to the chart. In the 5th round, except for the beginning and ending positions, work 1 picot every 3 stitches for the rest. Complete the cuff edging following the chart. Next, I'll demonstrate the sewing method for decorations. It's this kind of tasseled edging. We can place the starting position on any side. With the tassels at the bottom. Take a piece of strand and thread onto a needle. Tie a knot at the end. The color of the sewing strand here is not for reference. Fold the beginning slightly to the wrong side. Sew along the top and bottom edges. There's no specific sewing method required, just sew it neatly and flat. I'll start with the top. When sewing, keep the stitch spacing as even as possible. Note: don't sew through to the other side of the piece. Before each stitch, smooth out the piece. Sew close to the end. Leave a little and cut it. Fold the reserved part to the wrong side. And sew it in. Like this. The top is now sewn. Then sew this small section to connect it. After sewing here, do the same for the rest. Sew the bottom as well. I won't demonstrate here. After sewing everything, fasten off the yarn and weave in the ends. Like this, the decoration is finished. Up to this point, this vest is completed. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach our customer service. Susan's family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.